Welcome to this Wait for Fire YouTube video. This is Ross, I'm Andy, and we are going to be starting out on our new adventure, which is to play through some key aspects of World War II in real time. And we are going to start off with the traditional start of World War II, at least from a UK perspective. We tend to look at this as a start, which is the invasion of Poland by Nazi Germany. Obviously, the war could be considered to start earlier, particularly in Manchuria with the Japanese invasion of Manchuria and China. But we're going to join up with China later on in the process. So yeah, we're going to play a game today. 1,000 points. Who are you taking?
Das Deutsche.
You're taking the Germans, are you?
Yeah.
Well, I will be taking the Polish, and we will be seeing if I can defend my motherland against the invasion from the Nazi jackboot.
I am sending you to the Krankenhaus.
Okay, right. I don't know what that means.
Das is German for hospital.
Ah, good. That's helpful to know. So yeah, we're going to play 1,000 points. We are going to play... What scenario are we playing? We will be starting off by playing scenario 9 from the core book, Point Defence, where the Polish will obviously be defending their territory, a farmstead in this case, and Germans...
Looks more like a fieldum, to be fair.
Yeah, well, there'll be fuel will be what you're after as the main objectives.
We don't need fuel, we need chromium.
Well, you get that. You're not going to pick that up off the land, though, are you, straight away?
Well, if you dig deep enough, maybe.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, fuel dumps will be the main target. And Ross, you're bringing a bit of a what's it? You're bringing your main forces. It's like a reconnaissance force, really, isn't it?
It's not really. I suppose you could argue it's reconnaissance because I've got the Kratschützen and the Pioneers.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just an early war awesomeness.
Early wars, always fun. Great. Anyway, so let's have a little look at the armies. So this is the Polish army, 1,000 points. We've got 2 platoons. You can see the 2 second lieutenants there. And then I've got 1 squad. The squads are inexperienced, but all the other troops are going to be regular. I've got 2 boys anti-tank rifles. I've got a light mortar, medium machine gun, a medium mortar with a spotter, a light howitzer, 2 TKS tankettes, one with a machine gun and one with a 20mm cannon, a 7TP, and 3 more squads there of regular infantry. Each of these has a BAR in it and a marksman. And that's it, that's 1,000 points.
Okay, I have a veteran second lieutenant, both with machine pistols. I have a squad of veteran pioneers. They have a leader with a machine pistol, 6 others with machine pistols, a light machine gun and a flamethrower. I have a regular truck, a regular light howitzer, 2 squads of regular here with 2 machine pistols and light machine guns each. I have 2 medium machine guns, a squad of Kratschützen with a light machine gun and 2 machine pistols, and then I have a Panzer Auf A with a light howitzer and 2 medium machine guns.
The table we're playing over, there's a Polish farmstead here with a pond, and my platoon is set up there with the little base with the ammo dumps. Billets, yeah. And so I've deployed my troops. Half of my troops are out. I've got a medium machine gun there, a spotter for my medium mortar, which we'll come back to in a moment, and one of my second lieutenants out by that one. I've got an infantry squad here. These are inexperienced. The howitzer, and I have my medium machine gun here, which is for the spotter over there. Another squad, oh yeah, medium mortar, sorry. Another squad here. And then inside this building, we have a squad and a sniper. And they'll be facing out across there when the Germans arrive. Roll for the preliminary bombardment, so anything but a 1, and the artillery will come pounding down onto my Polish defences.
So I will roll a 1.
Oh, it nearly was. So, yes, we have bombardment.
So
there's some significant softening up with a lot of pins being placed from that preliminary bombardment, and this squad actually lost a man as well. So lots of units taking 2 pins, and the only one who got away scot-free was the sniper inside the building. There, everybody else.
One I actually wanted to take damage.
Yeah, everybody else took at least 1 pin. So despite there being 16 Polish dice and 10 German, all of the Germans have come out before a single unit of the Polish army has had to do anything on the field.
Apart from one went down because it was shot at.
Yeah, so the only action that happened really on the German side was that this Panzer IV came through and tried a shot at these Poles who went down, but actually no hits were caused, and then everything else has come on. We've got the Kratschützen over here, MMG, infantry squads, MMG, and then the pioneer truck there with pioneers and the leader in. And then the Polish army, half my troops are in reserve, including a lot of tanks. They can't come on this turn, but we're now going to start activating some stuff. So, as it's only me left, I will shoot with my medium machine gun. At some point, well, I'll just put the dice down, fire. So the medium machine gun is going to fire on the Kratschützen. So 1 casualty and 1 pin on that unit. This light howitzer decided to take a fire order, managed to pass it, and then directly fired over there onto the machine gun team. Managed to do 3 pins and take off 2 casualties from the 3-man squad. And they passed their test to stay on the field. So this Polish infantry unit activated, and with a fire order, had 1 pin marker on it, but managed to pass its nerve, even though they're inexperienced, and then shot onto the truck, and you can see the effects of that. Managed to get 3 wounds on that, which destroyed it, and then forcing the leader to come out, who lost the other fellow in his unit, and then forced the pioneers to come out, who just took a pin marker but didn't take any damage, and they've actually ended up coming forwards. We're counting this wheat field as light cover, but no effect on movement. So they're in a prime position next round to get some vengeance on these infantry, I think. First dice pulled was Polish, so I'm going to use this. I have used this infantry squad to shoot on the pioneers because I thought they were a big threat. Managed to get lucky and got 4 hits, and including exceptional damage, which I took the flamethrower off with. So they've got 2 pins, and they're still going to dish out a lot of pain, I'm sure, but at least the flamethrower's gone. Ross activated his pioneers, came forwards to then use their submachine guns. 6 submachine guns laid into my Poles, and took out half of them. They managed to pass their morale test though to stay on the board, but they are not happy. Yeah, just by 1 point. This artillery tried to go into ambush but failed its morale, and so it's gone down. And then I fired with my sniper from this building onto the second lieutenant, and he has been killed. Medium machine gun opened fire on the Kratschützen and took off 1 unit. That medium machine gun over there activated and shot all the way across here. Despite the cover, managed to take some 2 models off of this Polish infantry section. And then the Panzer IV came around the corner and shot onto my artillery piece. The machine gun didn't do anything, but the howitzer managed to take out 2 of the crew, so that's going to really jeopardise my ability to fight back with them. Unfortunately, they failed their morale check for having half their unit destroyed, so they are removed. Bye bye, artillery, you've done nothing this game.
Auf Wiedersehen!
This squad activated and passed its morale check, taking 1 of its pins off, and then tried to range it on the Panzer but failed, so we'll try next turn to see if we can get a better chance. My little TKS tankette comes onto the field and takes off 1 Kratschützen motorcycle.
I thought it was called Mario Kart.
A few reserves came on. This command section, light mortar, and then the infantry squad here rallied to get rid of the 2 pin markers that it had. The Germans advance towards the farm. The last unit to come on and do anything interesting was this boys, which came on and took 1 man out of that German section there, A couple of units didn't come on, so one of my tankettes didn't come on, my 7TP didn't come on, and my infantry squad came on. So I've still got quite a lot that's waiting to come on. But here we are at the end of round 2. First dice out is Polish, and this infantry squad manages to get a double 1 on its morale to activate, which takes off its pin, of course, and then manages to take one of the pioneers out. Put another pin on them. Again. So the Panzer IV moved forwards, fired with both machine guns onto the infantry squad, who went down in response and only took 1 casualty and 1 pin. The German pioneers tried to activate and then to attack the building to take out the sniper, but they failed their test because of the 2 pin markers, so they have gone down instead. Kratschutschen activated, managed to take off their pin, and then fired on the MMG, but he decided to go down, and therefore no hits were scored. The squad in here managed to pass their test, fired out on the Germans across the farmhouse square, put a pin on, and managed to kill one, despite having the extra -1 for being experienced, range and cover.
Which he keeps forgetting.
This tankette with a machine gun activated and took 3 of the Kratschützen down. They passed their nerve though, so they don't automatically flee for taking 50%. This German unit has run forwards into the town, into the farmyard I should say. Then that machine gun over there activated, shot down onto my command section here, but only managed to get a pin on them. This tankette came on and has fired onto the squad, takes off 2, does very well there. My 7TP finally came on and tried to shoot down on the Panzer IV but missed, and then the light artillery over the back there fired back on him and has pinned him. This German squad has charged in to attack the Polish infantry in front of them. Let's see how much damage is done. And as expected, the Polish infantry is destroyed and the Germans have advanced onto the objective. Similar thing here, the pioneers managed to activate, losing all their pins, and have charged into combat, likely to decimate this Polish infantry unit. And as you can see, that ended up in an equal manner. And again, they're onto the objective here of the petrol dump. This infantry squad tried to do the same, but failed and actually foobarred and is running away. Bye bye.
Not a thing!
Next activation, another German dies, that's 4 in a row, and the Panzer IV has traversed across the farmyard and is getting a side armour shot on my 7TP.
Yep.
Failed to penetrate the armour, so just put a pin marker onto the 7TP, and then the machine gun fired at the sniper in the building up there, and also failed to do any hits. Activated the medium machine gun, who took off 2 more of the Kratschützen. They're almost gone, there's just 1 man left. In classic early war style, the boys' anti-tank rifles actually potentially able to damage this Panzer IV.
Because Ross is an idiot and forgot about the boys.
Yeah. So he activates, and we'll see if he does any damage. But of course he rolls a 1 and misses. A sniper shoots and finally manages to hit and takes out the LMG from that squad.
Boo.
Bit of redeployment for this tankette. Tried to range in on the MMG with a mortar at the back there, didn't manage to do that. Rallied the 7TP, and then some shooting at point blank range from the command squad did nothing. This tankette activated, moved into point blank range in the side armour of the Panzer IV, got 2 hits and rolled a double 1 for wounding. Oh well. I moved my light mortar and tried a very speculative shot onto the Panzer IV. Managed to hit on a 6, and then managed to get a 6 again to penetrate, but it was a glancing hit, of course, and it has caused a fire in the tank. But Ross managed to pass his nerve check, his morale check, just. So he gains extra pins, but the crew don't abandon the tank. This infantry squad advanced around the corner and opened up on the veteran pioneers and took off 2 of them, including the leader. 3 of them, sorry, including the leader. They then took their nerve check and got double 1, so they removed all the pin markers that they had, but they have no leader now. So we're trying our best to defend this oil dump. Activated the 7TP and fired onto the infantry squad and managed to take off 4 infantry, including the LMG. The Pioneers come charging in, kill 3 people off their 2 models because they get tough fighters for the assault weapons. I managed to fight back. I only need to kill 2, and with 7 models I managed to kill just 1, which is disappointing. So I have now destroyed because I lost the combat. Next up is the TKS. He's going to shoot into the Panzer IV. The Tankette shot into the side of this, just put a pin marker on, and then the light mortar was automatically ranged in, tried and put another pin marker on. So we've got a lot of pins on the Panzer IV. And then Ross used his medium machine gun, managed to activate because only 1 man left, shot all the way across here at my Tankette and managed to get 1 hit, which actually got a glancing blow and has put a pin marker on and forced him to go down.
Yep, it's got 2 pins on it.
This squad finally managed to enter the game and took out the Pioneers with their shooting. Last ditch attempt with this regular German infantry to charge into combat with the command section and capture the objective, and they failed by 1 point to pass their morale check, so they might be in trouble now. Got next dice, activated 7TP and took a shot in the side on the Panzer IV, and you can see that we got a penetrating hit and destroyed it. Finally the Panzer IV has gone.
9!
I charged in with my command section to do a couple of casualties, but as you can see, the Germans destroyed them. I've run in the boys, the light mortar, as well as that command section, and I've slowly whittled these down to just 2 men left, but they are still there and they've killed everyone who comes at them. Tankette moves forward, takes out 1 more of these Germans, but still there. We got a turn 7, and the first thing I did was use a 7TP to machine gun the last German soldier there, and that should mean that I win now, as all 3 objectives are within my control at present. Sniper fired onto this unit, managed to put more pins on them, and then they tried to activate and didn't, so that means they've been there 3 turns there, so that means they've stayed in the wood and they therefore can't get close enough to the full field.
They're stealing your turnips.
Can't get close enough to the objectives. So at the end of the game, we had 7 rounds. The only German units of that squad there in the field, an MMG at the back. The howitzer and the MMG has been wounded from the beginning over the back there. And then I've managed to keep quite a few things on this objective. Finally managed to keep this one in the centre, which was the hardest fight of the whole lot.
Because I forgot to go down.
Yeah, in the last turn it could have gone down. And then managed to claw this one back after losing control of it to those Pioneers that did exceptionally well after staying along. So that was fantastic. That was a good game. Poland managed to hold on to this. We managed to hold on to this little bit of Poland, but obviously it was only...
It was a feint.
Yeah, it was a feint. So the German army has gone round the rest, and unfortunately we will find out soon that we are in a cauldron. And that our rear has been cut off, but hey ho, that's what happened in real life. So I hope you enjoyed that back rep. As we showed, Ross brought his German forces in to my defended Polish farmland, and whilst I was able to beat them back this time, obviously this was only a probing strike, and the German envelopment would have come around behind us and the Polish army would have ended up having to surrender. I hope you liked what we did today. Obviously we're trying out a different approach. We haven't done any bolt action videos before, so we're trying a new style compared to some of the ways we film other games. I hope you like that. Please let us know how you think the game went and what you like about what we're doing. We're trying to keep things as historically sort of accurate as possible regarding the equipment and available to each army, and we'll try and play slightly different scenarios, so not just sort of tournament play scenarios, so hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting to watch different videos. So please follow what we're doing, like, comment and subscribe, and follow us on this journey through the World War II campaigns. So thanks very much for watching everyone, take care, bye.